Alright, well, welcome everybody to Zenfolio Live. My name is Robert with Zenfolio Customer Support, and I just want to say thank you for joining us today for the live Q&A. As you can see, I got it set up so the chat will show over, but I'll take that off here in just a second so it doesn't cover up too much of the screen here. Alright, there we go. Well, I hope everybody is having a great Thursday and looking forward to Friday and the weekend. We're going to go ahead and get started covering some things, and if you've got any questions, please just go ahead and submit them in the chat, and I'll go ahead and answer them live. So one of the things I wanted to cover before we get into some questions is some gallery customization that you can do, and kind of how you can sort your galleries by file name and manually sorting galleries and things like that. Had a couple of questions this week where some people were doing things in their gallery, moving stuff around, and it threw the sort order off, which will actually affect the way the gallery appears to your clients. And so I'm going to show you guys how you can fix that if that ever happens when you're messing around in one of your galleries. So what I'm going to do is just let me switch over to browser view really quick here. We're going to hop into a gallery really quick. And so some of the ways that you can sort the galleries are by file name, date taken, and different things like that. Let me get to a gallery that's got quite a few images in it. Alright, so you can see there's quite a few images in this gallery, and if you look up at the top right section right here, that's actually your sort order right here. So I've actually manually sorted this gallery to make it appear in a custom order for my clients. And you can do that just by clicking on an image and dragging and dropping it into the order that you want it to appear to your client. So if I want this photo right here to be the first photo, I can drag it up there and it'll become the first photo. Now, something you should know is that by default, a gallery's thumbnail is the first photo in the gallery. So if you have the gallery set up just to use default thumbnails, then when you move and change that first image up there, that's going to become the new the gallery's new preview thumbnail. So if there's a specific image that you'd like to use, that's one way you can get it to be the thumbnail, or you can just assign it the thumbnail by hitting this little drop down box right here and then going select as cover thumbnail and choosing the gallery. You can do it that way. But so the thing I wanted to show you here is that you can drag and drop these images into whatever order you want within the gallery. And let's say if you do that, maybe you don't like the order, maybe you just want to go ahead and change it back to what it was before. You can come up here and go to file name, and that's going to sort the gallery by the file name. So you can see right here, this is 0001, 0002, 0003. And so on. So that's the way you can set up your gallery to be sorted by the file name. And you can change this as well. So if you want to do it by date taken, you can change that right here. And that's going to sort it by date taken. Now, maybe if you're combining images from a couple of photographers together in one gallery, and you want them to kind of be in sequential order, regardless of what the file names are, you can do date taken, and that will actually put it in order by the time the photo was taken. So that's the way you can do that right here, is just change this to date taken. Next, you can do title. So the title is different from the file name if you've manually customized the title. So if you've gone through the title, if you've gone through and changed your gallery's title by clicking on the image here and then gone over to photo details and given it a custom title, then you can sort by title right there, and that will sort that by title. Now, the next thing that you can also do is, let's say you want to use your file names as the photo titles, so that when your clients are viewing this gallery and maybe they're talking back and forth to you and you guys are referencing specific photos and you'd like for them to actually be able to reference that number right there instead of maybe a sequence number, what you can do is there's a default option that you can turn on where your photos, as soon as you upload them, will take on the file names as the photo titles. But for galleries that you've already uploaded, you'll have to do it kind of in a manual process. So the way you do that is if you scroll down to the bottom of your gallery down here, you can actually go to select all right here. and then go back up to the top in your toolbox, and you'll notice it says multiple right here. I'm going to click on photo details, and then for the title right here, what I'm going to do is choose this little option right here that says copy from file name. And that's going to take the file names of those images and make them the photo titles on Zenfolio. Once you do that, click done. And that is what you need to do to use your file names as your photo titles. Now you'll also need to go and make sure that that is set to show in your gallery. And I'm going to show you how to do that in 1 second. First, I want to show you how to make sure that you have that default option on to where when you upload new galleries, this will automatically happen for you and you don't have to go through this manual process. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to settings right here. And then right here under the account header, if you go down to upload settings and you check this little box right here that says automatically copy names to or file names to photo titles, what that's going to do is anytime you upload a new gallery, it's going to automatically apply your file names as your photo titles, and you don't have to do that process that I just did. So now on galleries that have the file name as the photo titles, like the one we were just working in here, there's a couple of other things you might want to do just to make sure that they're showing up and visible to the client. So what we're going to do is click on the gallery on the left under Organizer, hover over that orange preview button right here and click Customize. This is going to allow you to load that specific gallery into Customize view. And so right here, what you can see is that there are no photo titles showing on this gallery at all. So what we want to do is, even though we've set those to be the title, we want to make sure that this information is set to show. So we're going to go to Options right here. And I'm going to go to Grid Options. And if you have this Grid D checked on Grid Options, let me just make a recommendation that to use Grid A or Grid B. They really give you a lot more customization that you can do, and I think that they're overall more appealing, and they put your images in this kind of collage style grid. So once you have one, make sure you have one of these checked. What you can do is go to Thumbnails right here, and then you can see that title option is turned off. So I'm just going to set title to show, and actually I want it to show on I just want it to show without actually being a hover. So I'm going to change this to overlay as well. And then the last thing I'm going to do is make these just a little bit bigger by going to minimum row height and changing that to be 250. That's going to make these a little bit bigger. Now once I apply this, you'll notice that it's going to make the images a little bit bigger, and then also too that now the titles will be visible over the images as well. So right there is that file name, and then when I hover over it, you can see it's got these social media icons as well. But there's the file name right there. So this is a really helpful way to work back and forth with your clients if you're trying to reference specific photos and you want them to be able to use your file name. Now, if you do that a lot, I would recommend actually just using the favorites feature. And if you're not familiar with what the favorites feature is, there's actually a really great video on the YouTube channel. If you just go to our videos section on the YouTube channel and look up client proofing, there's a really great tutorial that will show you how to go through and set that process up and how your clients can use the favorites feature to proof their photos and things like that. So after you've made these changes, if you like the way that gallery looks and you want to make sure that all of your galleries look and function the same way, just make sure that you click this orange as Save as Default button up here. And then once you've done that, don't forget to publish so those changes go live. All right, so let me get back to my dashboard really quick here, and we will go ahead and take the next question here. All right, so it looks like somebody wants to know, how do I control what is on the back of my prints that are ordered from the lab? Well, there's actually some vendor preferences that you can set up in your gallery. Not in your gallery, in your account. This is going to control things like what's shown on the back of the print, and actually some specific vendors do allow you to add information on the back there. So if you go to settings right here, and then if you go to I think it's under selling right here. Selling and vendor preferences right here. This is where you can set up what is shown on the back of the prints and products that are ordered from the lab. So if you want to hide the vendor preferences or the information, you can check this box right here. And now in Pix, you can choose some options here. So you can do the photo copyright, the photo title. You can even have the date taken in the file name there as well. So that's under settings, selling, and then go right to vendor preference. And then if you scroll down here, you can see that you can set up the settings for all the different integrated vendors that there are. And while we're talking about integrated vendors, if you want to see a list of the integrated vendors that we have and the products that are available, and find some information out about maybe the product cost, or if you want to find some information out about shipping and processing times, that information is also in your account as well. So if you click on selling right up here at the top, and then if you go down to products from integrated vendors right here, so you can click on any one of these vendors and view that information right inside your account. So if you want to know MPix Pro's shipping information, or maybe their processing time or something like that, you can click right there. And you can go down here and it talks about the test prints, their resolution requirements. Here's their processing time, the shipping information, and how much shipping charges are, and things like that. So all of that information is right there and visible for you in your account. It's a good thing to know that. So if you have clients that have questions and things like that, then you can let them know that information. All right, let me get back to my dashboard. Looks like we got a question in the chat. So it's John wants to know, is there a way to display the name of the gallery while in the new QuickShop gallery page? I don't use the thumbnail page any longer, so I would like a title on the new layout. So that's a good question. I think there probably is. Let me just get into the QuickShop really quick and see what we can do there. So I'm going to go to Photos. And so it's John, it sounds like you have the thumbnails page disabled. It sounds like you have the thumbnails page disabled and you're not using that anymore. So it's going straight to just the QuickShop, and you want to know if there's a way to show the gallery title in there. So let me take a look. I believe it's probably not going to be possible because it's considered a slideshow, but there might be some information that we can put in there to maybe help. I'm not sure. Let me take a look and see really quick. So let me load that gallery up right there. And then you don't have the thumbnails page anymore. So like you said, it's going straight to the QuickShop page. Let me just go to browser, full browser right here. And then, so what's happening is you've probably got this showing up over here, but there's really no way of having the gallery title or something like that showing. So clients aren't sure what gallery they're in, maybe, or something like that. John, one of the things that you could do is, if you'll notice right here, the image title is actually showing. So if you want, you could put the gallery title in there, include it in the image title, and that would show down here at the bottom. I also think you can have a caption to show as well. So let me just see if the photo caption is going to show as well. All right, so let's see. Let me make sure I'm on the right page. So anytime you're in Customize View and you want to customize the QuickShop options, always make sure to go up to the top left here and click Gallery Thumbnails, and then come down and click Gallery QuickShop right here. That way you can make sure that you're customizing the Gallery QuickShop page. And like I said, the photo title does show up down here. So that information you could use. You could put the gallery title, or I'm sorry, the gallery title in the photo title. And then I think the caption will be set to show as well. So let me see here, options. And then we're going to go to caption. So the caption is set to show. And I believe it is down here on the right somewhere. I don't. This photo probably doesn't have a caption added to it. So let me edit this photo's caption really quick and see if we can't get something to show up down there. But that's going to be your best bet, is to include that information in the photo title. So if I go right here, this is Dwayne and Justine. So let me edit that really quick. And I'm just going to put the title of the gallery right here in the photo title. And you can also do this for all the photos at once. So instead of just doing one individual photo like I'm doing, if you go here and you hit done, you could do this for all the photos at once right there at the bottom. But I'm just going to do it for this first photo so we can take a look and see. So I'm just going to add this to the photo, to the file name here, just like this. And then just add a line like this and hit done right here. Well, actually, let me add some information in the caption too, really quick, just so we can see. All right, so now we've got information in the photo title that gives the gallery name, and then we've also got just some information in the caption so we know what the caption is when we see it in the gallery. So now let's go ahead and go to preview and customize, and then we'll open that specific image into the quick shot page and see where that stuff shows up. All right, so wait, let me go back here. Make sure that was the right one. All right, so that's the image right there. Let me just, oh, okay, I had it sorted by title, and that's why everything changed on me. Okay, let me change this to date taken. And so now there is that there. Let me click done. All right, so I had it sorted by title, so when I added that information to the title, it completely changed the sort order, and that threw me off. All right, so I'm going into customize view now for that specific gallery. Now that image is right here, and as you can see, the photo or the gallery title is in there as well. So now if I go up here, go to gallery quick shot, and then right here you can see the caption. So that might be the way to go, actually. Put that gallery title in the image caption, and it's going to show up right here. And then you'd still have full function of your you know, your file name being down here, and then this would be the gallery caption, which was where you could put your gallery title. So I hope that helps, John. Definitely something we could look at, as well as maybe adding the gallery title in there. But anyway, I hope this is a workaround that will at least let your clients know what gallery that they're in. Again, I would use that gallery caption right here. I think that's probably going to be the best option for you. All right, let me get back to my dashboard really quick, and we will take another question here. Let me go back to the... All right, so let's see. Shipping dates for the holidays. Yeah, guys, so the shipping dates for the holidays, if you look in the description of this video right now, there is a link to the shipping dates. I don't know them off the very top of my head, but there is a link in the description of the video. If you open that up in a new tab, it goes to the blog page. I think it's getting really, really close to being time to needing to have all those orders in if you're wanting them to get there in time for Christmas. So that link is in the description of the video, and if you haven't placed your holiday orders yet, or your clients haven't placed their holiday orders yet, they need to be getting them in very soon, because that date is fast approaching. Looks like Cheryl threw that link out in the chat as well, so if you are in the chat, that link's right there. You can grab that up in the chat as well. But yes, please get your orders in so that you can make sure you can get them there on time. All right, let me get back to my dashboard really quick, and let's see what other questions we have. And guys, if you have any more questions, please feel free to throw them out in the chat. That's what we do this for, to answer you guys' questions live. Otherwise, I go back and I take some questions that have been emailed in to us. So one of the questions we have is, how do I know if my image resolution is large enough for the largest print product I sell? So there is a formula that you can use to find this out. Basically, what you need to know is you need to know the PPI of the lab that you use. So I know that I think MPix and MPix Pro, I think, will print at 200, around 200. MPix prints at 100. And I think MPix Pro usually for books and calendars and stuff like that, they do 200 to 300 PPI. But what you need to know is that you need to take the dimensions, and I don't remember the formula off the top of my head, but we do have a link in the chat. Let me just throw that link out really quick here. This is a link that I use all the time, actually. And if I suggest just going to this link, and you can take the image dimensions of the file that your camera puts out, put them in there, and then what you can do is that will tell you your maximum print size that you can do off the files that come out with your camera. So that link's in the chat, and I think I might have put it on the description of this video as well, but I'm not quite sure, but I did throw it out in the chat. So that's definitely something when you're setting down, getting ready to make your price list up. That's definitely something that is good to know, is what the maximum size is that you can print off of the files that are coming out of your camera. This keeps you from running into issues of offering products that you can't actually print with the file sizes that are coming out of your camera. So it's definitely something that's good to know. That link's in the chat. It goes to a print calculator. There's actually 2 different calculators on there. It's something I use all the time to figure this out. That way I don't have to try to remember the formula. So just grab that link up. It's in the chat, and that will definitely help you offer the right products to your clients and make sure that you don't run into any issues with not being able to have high enough resolution for the products that you're offering for sale. All right, so the next question I've got is, it looks like somebody said, why is my logo so small? So this probably is going to depend on where you are uploading the logo. So I would recommend uploading the logo to probably the header. That is where I usually recommend people upload the logo, because you can change and you have some options with a header logo. So let me just go to customize view and show you the options and things that you have. All right, so if you go to customize view, customize website right there, you can go in and you can take a look at your header. It depends on where you have the logo. So this is the homepage logo here, which is just using a display name because I don't actually have a logo file uploaded on this account. But I would recommend uploading your logo to the site header, because that's what's going to be present across your entire website. It's going to give your website consistency. So let me show you what the site header is. If I go to options right up here, I just want to make sure that that site header is set to show. So right here you can see it says page header. I want to set that to show. I'm actually going to hide the homepage menu and the homepage logo right here and click apply. All right, so now the page header is showing, and this is where I would recommend uploading the logo, because if you go to site header right here, and then you go to logo, you can actually choose to upload a logo and upload that logo right here. Now, the cool thing about doing it in the page header is that after you have it uploaded, you've got a couple of options that you can do. One is you can choose this option right here, which says scale logo, and you can choose for it to be auto, which means that it's going to scale it automatically based on how it thinks the best fit would be. The other option, and the one that I would use, is do not resize the logo but keep it as uploaded. So choose that option when you upload your logo. And what this is going to do is it's going to allow you to actually display your logo as you created it. And then from there you can play with the file size, or I'm sorry, the dimensions of the logo, and get it to where it's a nice fit for your website. I usually recommend starting somewhere around maybe 250 pixels and go from there, but that's a good starting point. So also what you can do is on this is if you go to the layout, and if you want to show a really, if your logo is really wide, and it's basically just some lettering or something like that, if it's really wide, you can actually use this layout B right here. And what that's going to do is that's going to drop that site menu down underneath your logo, and it's not going to interfere with it, and that's going to give you more room for your logo to be displayed. but then it's also going to drop that site menu down below it so that it doesn't get hidden by the logo or something like that if your logo is really big and tries to push the site menu off the page. So using that layout B right there is what I would recommend. For this specific question, unfortunately, I don't know where you're uploading your logo, but if you're uploading it in the header, try switching maybe from that auto to keep it as uploaded, and then just play around with the size of the logo that you're uploading. Anyway, after you make your changes, just make sure you click apply and then, publish your changes so that they go live to your visitors. All right, let me get back to my dashboard really quick, and we will take a question from the chat. All right, so it looks like Chris wants to know. Chris says, how do you do a template for different print sizes? Hey Chris, so I think maybe you're wanting to make some custom templates for things like memory mates or something like that. I'm not exactly sure what kind of templates you want to make. So if you could just clarify that really quick and let me know, then I'd be more than happy to help with that question. But yeah, just let me know what kind of templates you're talking about. If you're talking about maybe memory mate templates or something like that, I can definitely show you how. Actually, I'll just go ahead and open that up really quick and just get started just so you can see kind of how it works. So if you want to make a custom template for if you want to make a custom template, what you do is you're going to go to selling right up here. And then go to right over here. It says template designs right here. And this is where you can make those custom templates. So let me get that right here. So let me just switch over to my full browser. And then what you can do is right here, you just go to create new. And then you can select the product templates that you want. So if you know what you want, if you're trying to make a template for a card, or if you're trying to make a template for maybe a memory mate or something like that, you can choose all that here. You can choose the lab and then come through and find the product that you're looking for. So like here's a collage template here. You could click on that, go to create new, and then you can basically set up this collage the way that you want it to be. So if you want to, just click add photo placeholder and then drag this thing around and basically make this collage template the way that you want. So if that's what you're looking to do, that's where it is right there. How do you prepare an image for upload for all sizes? Okay, let me get back to my dashboard really quick. 1 second here. All right, Chris, so if you're talking about how to prepare an image to make sure that when you upload it, it will be good for, whatever print sizes that you want, if that's kind of what you're asking, then probably what I would do is I would just upload the full resolution version of the image. That way it's large enough that it can be printed on whatever you want it to be printed on. If that's not what you're asking, Chris, please do clarify in the chat, and I will do my best to make sure that I answer your question about the template or whatever the question is that you have. I just need a little bit of clarification. So please do clarify in the chat, Chris, and I'll be glad to help out with that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and take the next email question. It says, do I have to charge sales tax? So when it comes to tax questions like this, I always recommend that you contact your local tax advisor, somebody in your area, a local accountant, whoever is a tax authority in your area. You need to contact them, talk about your business, and see what the advice they give you for charging tax and how you need to set that up. Now, once you know what your tax is or what you need to charge for your sales tax, you can set that up in your account. And the way you do that is you just go to settings. Let me get to it right here. Go to settings and selling. And then let me get myself out of the way. Switch over to browser only. Go to settings and selling, and then right down here on the bottom is on the left under that is sales tax right there, and that's where you can put that information in. So what you want to do is just check this little option that says I do want to collect sales tax, and then come right over here, choose your state, and then choose how you want to select how you want to charge sales tax. So if you want to charge sales tax on the shipping destination, that's an option you can do. You can enter the zip code, or you can enter a custom amount. If you know the percentage or whatever that you're supposed to be charging, you can enter that information here. You can also set up and select what types of products you want to charge sales tax on. Maybe your state does not require you to charge sales tax on a digital download. You can uncheck that option, so you're only charging sales tax on prints and the actual products that you're actually delivering to your client, versus just like a digital download or something like that. You can also include the shipping to be taxed if you want as well, or if you are recommended that you do that, that's options there. And then once you make the changes and you have everything set up the way that you want, just come up here and click that save button right here. So let me switch this back and just click save. And now what I want to clarify is that even though you come and set this tax information up, we are going to charge the tax information for you. So when a client comes through and they make an order, then sales tax is going to be added to their order. However, that amount is deposited into your account, and then it's still your job to report the sales tax at the end of the year and make sure that you pay your tax and all of that stuff. It all goes to your account. On the order details, we do break it down for you and show you how much it says sales tax and things like that, but it's still all deposited into your Zenfolio account. All right, so anyway, I hope that helps with the sales tax. Definitely, guys, if you have tax questions, please get in touch with the local tax authority. You definitely do not want to set that up wrong. You want to make sure that you do that right and don't get yourself in a mess later on down the road as a photographer, not charging sales tax and things like that. All right, so let me see what next question I have is here. Why is my client gallery background color different from the background color on my portfolio? All right, guys, well, in Zenfolio, different pages can have different themes, and the theme is what controls the color of your website. So let me show you what I'm talking about here really quick. We're just going to go hover over my Zenfolio and go right to Customize Website. All right, this is where you're going to set up your theme, and your theme is what controls the color of everything. So if I come up here to themes right here, there's a bunch of different presets you can select, or you can create your own. But I'm just going to choose this one here so you can see the change. Let me just switch over to just my browser here. So now you can see just the change right here. And then once that applies, you should notice that the page looks different. The header is going to be a different color and things like that. Now, most of the time, the galleries by default are usually set up. The galleries by default are usually set up to follow the home page's theme. So if I go to landscape, most of the time by default it's set up to usually use the home page's theme. However, if you've changed things, so like if I come up here and I go to themes and I right now it's selected it's set to use the same as homepage, but let's say if I come here and I choose this one, and then later on down the road I change my homepage theme again, and I don't come and I don't change this gallery's theme, it's going to look different. Now the way you can fix that is that you can just do a site preset, which will redesign everything for you, or you can just go to themes right here like this, go up to the top and choose that use same as homepage option right there. Now once you choose that same as homepage option, up on the top, if you click Save as Default, that's going to change the setting for all of your galleries and make that the default setting for the galleries, and whatever gallery is using the default settings will fall in line with that. So let me get back here and just that Save as Default setting right there. But my internet's being just a little bit slow today. All right, there we go. So now the theme's changed on this, and then if you click that save as default, it's going to make this the default setting for all the galleries that are using the default settings. All right, let me get back to the dashboard here. All right, Chris. So I think thanks for the clarification there on that, Chris. I think it sounds like maybe what you're wanting is something like a memory mate that you see on sports photos and things like that. So like a lot of times sports photographers will have a memory mate set up, or like for like school photographers will have like the class of 2016 over all of the photos and things like that. Basically, what you need to do is you need to decide what size of prints you're going to offer those clients, and then you need to create that template in Photoshop. So, for instance, maybe something that says like class of 2016, and then what you need to do is you need to create a custom template and upload that design that you made as a background template. Let me just show you really quick. Let me show you really quick what I'm talking about. So if I go to selling right here, and then I go to template designs right here, what you're going to do is create a new template design. And probably something like the memory mate is what you're going to want to go with. So let me just click on that really quick. And then I just go to create new right here. Let me just get my browser view only. So go to create new, and then I think the memory mate is like all the way down the bottom right here. Here's the memory mate right here. You just click on that one right there, create new, and then what you'll need to do is have a design created in Photoshop, like something with 2016 below it or something like that. And then you can actually upload that as a background design right here. So if you click upload as a background design, it's going to put the background design on there. And then you would just add a photo placeholder. So add photo placeholder right here. And then you will just place that on here. You know, maybe the class of 2016 is like down here in the bottom somewhere, so you just make sure that you don't pull that photo placeholder to cover that information that you want on there, like the class of 2016 or whatever. Anyway, you put that photo placeholder on there, and then you go to next. And then what you'll have to do is you'll have to basically publish this for sale and add it to a price list. So there's an 8x10, and then I think there are personalized wallets that you can do, but that sounds like what you're wanting to do is create a kind of template like that where it's got some kind of custom background, and then your clients can apply photos to it. So you just have to give it a display name. You can put a description in here, and then make sure you pay attention to the design group. Make sure you pay attention to the design group that you're applying this to, so because that's where it's going to be in the price list. So after you make sure you know where it's at, go ahead and click save up here. Go ahead and click save up here. And you can see that test right there, the 8x10 memory mate. And then the last thing you'll need to do is click this publish for sale thing right here. Then you'll just need to go locate that in your price list and add it to your price list to make it for sale to your clients. So let me get to that really quick. All right, so let me get to that. So I'm going to go to selling right here on the top, and then just pick a price list to add right here. So let me go to price list, and then go to, I'm just going to add this to sports and events right here. So you just pick the price list that you want to add this to, and then go through add product, and then you'll have to locate the template that it was. So for this one, I think I made that for MPix. So let me see where it's at. I think it's under photo. It's not under photo gifts. Let's see, MPix Lab, and I believe it's under sports and school. And then right there is the memory mates right here. You can add that, and then you can go through, and if you only want them to be able to choose the template that you created, then what you can do is you can edit the templates right here. And instead of doing all available templates, you can do this selected templates. And then I think the one that I created was actually under football. So let me find that really quick. So right here is that template that I created right here, the test one. I'm going to click test and select. And now clients can only order that, that template there. All right, so let me go back to the dashboard here really quick. After you add that and do that template setup, what you'll want to do is you'll want to make sure that you save that so that becomes available to your clients. All right, so let me get back right here. All right, so Chris, I hope that explains a little bit of what you want to do. If it doesn't, please clarify. If you need more help with that, definitely shoot me an email. You can go to zenfolio.com/contact if you need like a better walkthrough or something like that, or you have specific questions that I wasn't able to answer. Definitely hit me up. Go to zenfolio.com/contact and just let me know, and I'd be glad to go into more detail on this. Yeah, absolutely, Chris. So that would work for you. The biggest thing that you're going to want to keep in mind is if you want them to only be able to purchase that, then what you're going to want to do is create a specific price list that only has that product in it. So shoot me an email, Chris, and I'll help you in more detail with that, because it's going to kind of be a longer process to show you all of the exact details and things like that. All right, so let's see. Let me take another question really quick here. All right, so next question I've got down here says, how can I put a search field on my blog? So you can show the search field in the header on your website, and that will actually allow people to search through your blog when they're on your blog page. So let me just go to customize view really quick. Actually, let me go to customize view. I'm not sure where I was going there. And then what we're going to do is we want to make sure that the search field is set to show in my site header, and then on the blog we want to make sure that the page header is set to show, and that's going to allow people to do searching through the blog. Alright, so what I'm going to do first is, you'll notice I don't have my blog linked on my website. So let me get the blog up here really quick. If you guys have been wondering about how to do your site menu and things like that, it's really easy to do. You just come right over here to the top where it says Edit Site Menu, and we're going to click Add New right here, and I'm just going to put in blog right here and hit Enter. And then the blog is actually a built-in page. So what you're going to do is you're going to choose this built-in or custom page option right here. And we're going to go right here, and then there's blog right there. Click update. And now as soon as this refreshes, you're going to see there's now a link to the blog on my page header up here. All right, so there's the blog right there. But let's go ahead and bring it up a little bit over here. So if you want to customize the order that things appear in your site menu, you can just come over here, click and drag on these dominoes right here, and drag it into the order that you want. So I'm just going to put it right after client login right there. And then I can reload the preview here, and that's going to make everything load, and then you'll be able to see the site menu change. Alright, so now let's go ahead and get to that blog page there. And what we want to do is we want to set up the site header so that it has the search bar in it. So the one thing that you do need to keep in mind is that even though I'm on the blog page, if I turn on the search menu or search bar on the site header, it's going to be on every page that uses the site header. All right, so what I'm going to do is, let me get rid of my head for a second here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here to site header, and then I'm going to go to elements, and I'm going to make sure that the search field right here is set to show. Now, you can show it expanded where it's pretty obvious that it's a search field, or you can show it collapsed. I would probably suggest, if you're going to turn it on for your blog and things like that, I mean, you probably want it to be expanded. So I'm just going to click that right there and go ahead and click apply. And now you're going to see that search field is up here on the blog. And now if you enter information, if you do a search in here, it's going to search the blog page for you. Now, as I said, if I go back to the home page, that search bar is going to be there on the home page as well, because I turned it on for my entire header. So the search field is going to be present on every page that uses that site header. But if you want to show the search on the blog, that's one of the places you can do it. Now, if you don't want to show the search on every page, but maybe you want to have a search just on the blog, one of the things that you could do is you could turn that search field off on the site header there, and then you could set the footer to show on the blog, and then have the blog page be the only page that had a footer, and show the search field in there. And then that search field won't appear on the rest of your website, just on the blog. So if you have the footer on right here, go to site footer, and then you can show that search field right here, set it to show, and have it expanded. And then as long as your blog is the only page that has the site footer, that's going to be the only page where that search field shows up in the bottom of the page. So that's how you get a search option in the blog. I hope that helps. Let me get back to my dashboard here. And also don't forget, anytime you make any type of changes in Customize View, whether it be just something like changing the theme or something like that, it's not going to go live until you publish it right here. So all those changes that I made are not visible on my public website until I actually click publish. Now, if I make a mistake or something like that and I publish my site, and I think to myself, man, I really wish I could go back to the way it was before, there's actually a restore option that you can click here. So you can click restore, and you can disregard all the unpublished changes and keep the published version of your site, or you can restore to the version of the website before the previous version was published. So you can read that right there, and you can choose that option as well. Also, let's just say, for instance, maybe you're just doing some things, updating your website, and you're not really ready to make the changes go live yet. You're just kind of working on things on the back end, and you're not ready to publish it yet because maybe you're completely redoing your branding or something like that. You can definitely work on the back end, make a bunch of customization and things like that. And then anytime you hit back to dashboard at the bottom, you'll probably notice that this is going to pop up right here. It says you've made some changes, and it gives you a couple of options. It reminds you, hey, if you want these changes to go public, you need to publish it now, and you can click that, and it will let you publish them. Otherwise, that first option there says, do you want to save these changes and continue customizing later? And that's usually what you want if you're trying to do things on the back end and you're not ready to make those changes live. So that version that you were working on of your website's maintained in Customize View, while your public version of the website stays the same as it was unless you publish it. So then you can just hit continue. All right, so let me go back to my dashboard here really quick. And yeah, we've only got about 15 more minutes left. So if you guys have a question out there in chat, anything that you want me to go over, please go ahead and get it in the chat now so I can go over that question. Otherwise, I'm going to keep taking the email questions. All right, so let me see what email questions we got here. If you get bit by a spider, how long before you can shoot webs from your fingers? So I missed a live Q&A, I guess not last week, but the week before. Yeah, it was the week before. I woke up and had gotten bit by a spider bite. So for whoever emailed that question in, I am still waiting on my web shooting powers to come in. I will definitely let you know when they do. All right, should I add all the vendor products into my price list or pick and choose? Is it better to offer everything just in case? So usually what I have found is the more products you offer, the more your clients get frustrated, they get indecisive, and they usually get frustrated and end up just not ordering anything and giving up. I found that if you build your price list very strategically and offer, enough products that it doesn't feel like you barely offer everything, but offer enough products that it feels like you've got a good amount of choices, that's what you're shooting for. You want your client to feel like, oh man, they have everything I need, but you don't want them to get overwhelmed looking through the price list. You want it to be nice and simple. And so my recommendation would be to stick with products that match the aspect ratio of your camera. This is going to help eliminate any cropping issues. And you can find, there's charts online that you can find. So if you Google your camera's aspect ratio and look for a print chart of that, there's actually a list of those that you can find that will help you build your price list so that your clients don't run into cropping issues of their products. That's what I would recommend. And like I said, just strategically build that price list so that your clients have everything they could possibly want, but they're not going to get super overwhelmed by it. Is there a magic number that I can spit out? Probably not. 10 products, probably a good place to start, depending on the type of photography that you do. Less than 10, that might feel like not quite enough. More than 15 or 20, you might start being a little bit overwhelming. So try to find a nice balance to where it's nice and easy to look at that price list, make a quick decision, and make a purchase. That would be my recommendation. All right, so I got a question in the chat. It looks like I'm going to pronounce his name wrong, probably Anita. So I'm sorry if I mispronounced that. She wants to know, she said, is there a way to make a custom page to be protected by a password? I would want to add contract to my custom page, but I just want people who have the password to see it. So I can tell you off the bat that there is not a built-in way to do this in Zenfolio. Depending on what you're trying to do, you might be able to embed a document that's been password protected. You might be able to do it with a PDF as well. So you have the option of uploading PDFs, and I do believe that some of the PDFs have the ability to lock them with a password, and that might be a route that you want to take there instead. Now, depending on what the information is that you're wanting to display, if you're wanting to do like custom contracts and things like that, and you're wanting to protect that information, what you could do is you could just upload those as images in a gallery and password protect that. Excuse me. So that might be an option that you look at, is instead of uploading like a Word document into or trying to do it on a custom page, just exporting it as an image file and uploading it to a gallery. Now the other cool thing about that you can also do is you can actually take the document file and you can upload that with the image file into the same gallery, and the document file is going to go into what's called raw file storage, and you can actually link them together and set it up to where when somebody's allowed to download that image file, they would also get the document. And that might be a way that you go about setting that up so that you have contracts that are password protected and things like that. It's just doing it in an actual gallery. And actually, I think there's a really good help article. If Cheryl could toss the link out, there's a good help article about linking raw files and allowing raw files to be downloaded. So if you can toss that out in the chat, that would be a good resource for you as well to set that up. I do see Shark wants to know, he says, does Zenfolio offer phone support? Yes, guys, we do offer phone support. It's for our advanced account holders. So if you have an advanced account, you definitely get phone support. And it looks like Cheryl put a link out about that already. So thanks for doing that. If you guys want phone support, you talk to us, and Zenfolio support will help you walk you through things. If you have issues with your galleries or things like that, it's really easy to pick up a phone, give us a call, and we'll help you out. But again, it is for our advanced subscribers, so make sure that you know what subscription level you have, and if you have an advanced account, you can go to the contact page, and that's where you can find phone support. Really quick before we go, if you don't know what account level you have, or maybe you're just curious about when your account is due to renew or expire, all of that information is available for you in your account. So if you go to settings right here and you go to account, you can find the information out about your subscription and all of that stuff here. Actually, I think maybe it's under billing. That's what I was looking for. So settings and billing, and then that will tell you what account level you have. And maybe I was on the right track. Maybe it is under account. If you go to settings, account, that's it. And account information, that's going to tell you what account level you have. That's also going to tell you if you have any add-ons or things like that. It'll tell you when your account expires. It'll also tell you how much you have in your Zenfolio account balance. And then it's also going to tell you how much photos you've uploaded, how much storage space you've got used, how much raw file you have uploaded, and how many galleries you have. So anytime you're just like, hey, I wonder when my account's going to renew, or maybe you're looking for a feature, or maybe you see a feature but it says it's only available for advanced accounts and you're not sure what account level you have, just go to settings, accounts, and then click on account information right there, and all that information is right there available at your fingertips. Like I said, it tells you when you joined and also when your account renews. All right, let me go back to my dashboard. Let me see, do we have time for one more question? Let me see. So really quick, one of the questions we have is, how can I find a specific order after I have approved it? Is there a way to find the information and details about that order? So you can actually find a lot of information in your sales report in your account. So if you go to selling right here and you go to reports and payouts, and then you go to sales report and you click on orders. If you know an order number, you can actually put that order number right here and search for that order. Or you can also filter this information right here. So if you know your client's name, maybe you're looking for an old order for a client that you've had pretty regularly, you can click this and sort this by the client's name, so that you can come through here and find that order information. You can also filter this by gallery. So if you know what gallery your client ordered on or ordered from, you can actually go right here. Or if it's through an event, you can do that too, but you can actually go right here and have it sorted by gallery right here. So that's going to sort it by gallery. If you know the date, you can sort it by the date right here. So if you have an idea of about what time the order was made, you can sort it right here. Here's where you sort by gallery. So if you know what gallery the order was made in, go right here and you can just choose the gallery like this, and it's going to show only orders through whatever gallery that you chose and filtered right there. Alright guys, that's all the time we have for this week. So if you're watching, if this is your first time to watch, or if you have been here before, make sure that you subscribe to the channel because we upload lots of video tutorials to the channel. We're going to start uploading more, and also we do this every week at the same time. So make sure you guys are subscribed to the YouTube channel, and leave us some comments, and make sure you stay up to date with everything that's going on. And I just want to say thank you guys for helping, or thanks guys for joining us, and thanks to my moderators for helping me in the chat. And look forward to seeing you guys here next week, same time and same place. Hope everybody has a great and safe weekend.